everybody to our Saturday morning slow flow. We're going to start today on our back. You can come there whenever you're ready. Take a few moments just to get your focus to your breath. Grab a block if you have one at home. Grab one. Everybody in the studio has one. We're taking these first few moments just to arrive. Let your focus come to your breath. Let your breath push out all of the distractions. So you can be here, fully focused on your mat, your practice. Fully present to your mat, your practice. To feel like you've got that full focus on your breath. Then you're going to add that element of control to your breath. Start to breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. Allowing your breaths to become longer, slower, deeper. So as you inhale, you pull that breath all the way down into your belly. As you exhale, you push it all the way out. And that way, we can start to move. Just with one breath, one movement. Now, when we're ready to start moving here, all we're going to do at first, right? You're going to take your left leg, extend it all the way along. Right? So you put something around. Take your right knee, put it into your chest. This is not a very good angle, so I'm going to turn here. Right? So your left leg is long. Your right knee's hugged into your chest. Now from here, you're going to take, oh, I went the wrong way. All right, let's flip around one more time. Okay, you're going to take your right leg, and then your left hand is going to go out to a T, right? So just let it come straight out your shoulder blade. Take your right hand to the inside of your right knee and just push that right knee open, right? So you're in this fallen tree, right? Take a couple breaths here. Doesn't matter, maybe your right knee comes to the ground, maybe not. You're trying to open up the hip here. Take one more breath. Now, let your right hand go all the way out to a T. So both arms are out in that T position. And then you're just going to pick your right foot up off the ground. You're going to start to circle with your right knee, but just out to the side like this, right? So it's going like this. You're just making those half circles with your knee going out. Do 3 or 4 here. and then pause, take them the other direction. Now come to a stop here. You still got that right foot elevated. You're gonna kick your right leg all the way straight, right? So it's still falling open a little bit, keeping that left hip anchored to the ground, but you're letting that right leg fall open to the right a little bit. We're gonna start to make those circles again, just that straight leg, right? Just circle around. You can make them nice and big. If you need to make them a little smaller, you can. Try to make them as big as you can, right? And then pause, take those circles, go the other way with them. Now bring that right leg back up. It's back up straight, right? And then just bend into your right knee. Hug back into your chest. And let's switch legs here, right? So now let your right leg go out long. Take your left knee, hug it into your chest. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing here. You're gonna let your left arm come out in that T position, or sorry, your right arm. Right arm's going straight out of your shoulder blade. Your left hand is gonna come to the inside of your left knee and push that left knee open. So you're making that little figure 4 here, right? My foot's on the ground, my knee's not on the ground. I know you can't see me from this side, but I'm in this fallen tree position. Take 2 more breaths here. And then let that left arm go all the way out. Right now, you're gonna pick up the left foot. Start to make those circles with the left knee. It doesn't matter which way you go at first, right? Just circle around, do 3 or 4. And then pause, switch the direction. From there, you're gonna kick that left leg all the way up to the sky. Right, so now it's straight, still falling open a little bit to the left. Start to make those circles here. Circle that left leg all the way around. And then pause, take those circles the other way. Now this time, as we come to a stop, you're gonna bring your left leg back up, right? So it's falling open a little bit to the left. Now what I want you to do here is pick up your right foot so that both legs are out super wide. Right, so you're right here. I'm just gonna hang out here for a couple breaths. If you want to, you can take your hands to the inside, right? Give a little support. It feels okay to keep your legs out to a T, do that. Take 1 more breath here. And then we're gonna bring our feet all the way together so you're here in that waterfall. And then just bend into your knees, curl them both into your chest. Take your hands, bring them to the crease of your knees. And then we're gonna rock ourselves up here, come around into tabletop. So tabletop, hands and knees pose, shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees, hands shoulder width, knees hip width. Take a couple cat-cows here to get your body and breath in perfect sync. As you inhale, lift your chin up to the sky. Tuck your tailbone under, let your belly drop. As you exhale, tuck your chin to your chest, round at your back, hollow your armpits. And just keep going here. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. So you can be going faster or slower than me as you do these, right? Just find your own rhythm, like always. Take the natural rhythm of your breath. Match your movements to it. So we start to get used to the idea of moving with just that one breath, one movement. All right, now eventually we're gonna be back here in neutral tabletop. As we get to neutral tabletop, now you're gonna tuck your toes under, lift your hips up and back. Come into your first down dog of the morning. Right? Let your head drop between your shoulder blades, push your belly towards your upper thighs. If you wanna walk the dog, bending one knee, then the other, you can do that. Sway your hips from side to side. Try that. If you grab it, just stay still. And just stay still. Just take the time, check in with your bodies. You know what's going on with your body. Make sure you're listening to your body as we go through the rest of practice. Right now from here, you're going to bend your knees, look between your thumbs, bring your feet forward in your hands. Come to forward fold. Now your belly to your thighs, the crown of your head to the mat. Shake your head yes and no. Make sure there's no creases in the back of your neck. Let your head hang heavy and long. We're gonna start to go through our sun salutations here. We're gonna do the first one nice and slow. Then we'll do it a second and third time, moving a little bit faster, all right? We're gonna take a half lift here first into monkey. Just pull your shoulders even with your hips. So now your back is nice and flat and the crown of your head is pointed forward. As you exhale, let yourself fold back down. And then as you inhale, you're swan dive. Come all the way up to standing. All right, you come up to standing. We're first just gonna take a twist. You're gonna take your right hand, reach it back behind you. Take your left hand, reach it in front. So you're doing that open arm twist. Inhale, untwist, bring everything back to center. As we exhale, we're gonna go the other way. Take your left hand back, take your right hand forward. Inhale, rise back up. And then as you exhale here, grab your left wrist with your right hand. We're gonna side bend to the right. Try to think about which way we're going. Come back to center, switch your hands. Now grab your right wrist with your left hand. Pull to the left. Left side body open, right side body open. Inhale, come back to center. Now as you exhale, you're gonna drop into cactus arms, elbows even with the shoulders. Pull the shoulder blades together, open the chest. Push your hips forward, take your chest raise up, take a back bend. Inhale, come up tall, arms overhead. And then as you exhale, swan dive all the way back down into forward fold. Take another half lift monkey. Fold back down. Now we're going to plant our hands or step or float back into plank, right? So plank, shoulders over the wrist, hips just below the shoulders, one straight line from your shoulders to your heels. Now if you want to drop your knees and do this from modified plank, that's an option, right? You're still in a diagonal, though your upper body's still in a diagonal, so your core still engages. All right, let's go through our yogi push-up, our chaturanga. So you're gonna bend your elbows. Let them point straight back behind you. Let them scrape along your ribs. Let yourself lower all the way down with this first one, so we all end up on our bellies with the elbows pointed straight behind us and the hands by the chest. We're gonna inhale up into a baby cobra. Just lift that upper body slightly, right? You should be able to lift your hands. Just using your back to bring you up. Now, if you wanna make it a deeper back bend and you wanna use some upper body strength, press your palms into the mat, straighten your arms, pull your chest all the way up and through, right? And this is up dog. Now, you can go to the up dog, you can go to the baby cobra every time we flow, whatever feels better to your body. Wherever you are here, you're gonna flip your feet, lift your hips up and back. Come back to your down dog. All right, so that's our whole sun salutation. Let's do it twice more. We're gonna start to move a little faster. We're gonna move with our breath. So bend your knees, look between your thumbs, bring your feet forward, your hands, come to forward fold. Inhale, take a half lift monkey. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Come all the way up to standing. Exhale, take that twist. Right hand back, left hand forward, twist to the right. Inhale, untwist, bring everything up. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, untwist, bring everything up. Grab the left wrist to the right hand, side bend right. Come back to center, switch your hands, side bend left. Come back to center, drop it into cactus arms, open your chest, take your back bend. Come up tall, arms overhead, swan dive it all the way back down, forward fold. Inhale, half lift monkey. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands, step or float back to plank. From your knees or from your toes as you exhale, lower through your chaturanga, bend your elbows, hug them to your ribs. Inhale to baby cobra or all the way to up dog. And then exhale, shift. Down dog. All right, let's do it one more time through. Bend your knees, look between your thumbs, bring your feet to your hands. Inhale, half lift to monkey. Exhale, pull back down. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Come all the way up. As we exhale, right hand back, left hand forward. Inhale and twist. Exhale, left hand back, right hand forward. Inhale and twist. Exhale, side bend to the right, grabbing your left wrist. Come back to center, go the other way. Come back to center, and then drop into those cactus arms, open the chest, take your back bend. Inhale, come up tall. Exhale, swan dive it all the way back down. One more flow here. Inhale, half lift to monkey. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step or float back to plank. From your knees or from your toes, lower through that chaturanga. Inhale to baby cobra or all the way to up dog. And then exhale, shift. Down dog. All right, now from down dog, we're gonna come forward one more time. Bend your knees, look between your thumbs. Bring your feet forward to your hands. Right. Take your hands to the tops of your feet. Just don't roll it all the way up. Sweep your arms up overhead, right? And then we're gonna drop down into chair right here, right? So bend your knees, send your hips back and down, and just reach your hands forward. Right now in this chair, you're just gonna keep reaching your left hand forward. Take your right hand, reach it back behind you. Bring everything back to center. Now go the other way. Take that left hand back, bring your right hand forward. Bring it all back to center, back in your chair. Take a deep inhale here. As you exhale, just straighten your legs, drop your hands to the mat, come to forward fold. Take a float here, half lift monkey, fold back down, plant your hands, step a float back to plank. Exhale, lower through your chaturanga. Inhale to cobra, up dog. Exhale, down dog. All right, let's take your right leg and lift it up to the sky, right? And then you're gonna bend into your right knee, step that right foot through between your hands. Come to runner's lunge here. So you've got your right knee right over your right ankle, left leg nice and long. I'm just gonna turn here so you guys can see. We're gonna drop down to our left knee at first. Let your left knee come down. Let your left foot flatten. You want your right knee right over your right ankle, right? But you want your left knee back behind your left hip, not right underneath it. We're gonna rise up here into a kneeling crescent. So you're just pushing your hands away from the mat, pulling that upper body up. Now, if this feels okay, you're gonna drop here into cactus arms and lean back, look up. And inhale, rise up tall, take both hands up overhead. And then this time, as we exhale, you're gonna straighten out your right leg, let your right toes flip up off the mat. Drop your hands down on either side of your right leg, fold into that half pyramid. All right, square your hips here. That means when we're down on the left knee, you've got to draw that right hip forward, push that left hip back. We'll feel that stretch through your right hamstring. Now bend back in to your right knee, come back forward, look up. Now here we're gonna come up off that left knee. So you're gonna tuck your left toes under, lift your left knee up off the mat, drop your left heel so your left toes point to the left. We're gonna drop into warrior two here. So you're gonna lead with your left hand, let it reach forward, rainbow around till it reaches back behind you, and your right hand reaches right over your right knee. Take your gaze over your right fingertips. Keep your shoulders right over your hips. Now from here, take your right hand, flip it up to the sky. Scoop up, come to reverse warrior. So you're letting your left hand trail along your left thigh, maybe wrapping it behind your back, reaching back with the right fingertips, looking up at your right fingertips or back over your left shoulder, whatever feels good. All right, now from here, cartwheel your hands around. We're gonna come to a twisted lunge. So your left hand is gonna land inside your right foot. Your right hand goes up to the sky. Maybe you wanna keep that left heel down. Maybe now you wanna let that left heel lift so you can get deeper into the twist. It's up to you. Now we're gonna rise up here. As you rise up, you're gonna stay twisted, right? So push away from that with that left hand. Your right hand is gonna wrap behind your back as you come up. Your left hand is going to reach up to the sky. It's going to reach up and over your right shoulder. You're going to look over your right shoulder, right? So you're spiraling to the right. Now from here, you can keep everything where it is, right? But you're just going to untwist, unwind your arms, reach your hands up to the sky, and now square your hips towards the top of the mat. So you're on this warrior one, right? You're trying to get your hips to turn directly towards the front of the mat. So they're not open anymore to the left, right? They're open to the front of the ring. All right, from here, we're just gonna dive straight down. Let your hands come to either side of your right foot. Turn your left toes forward if they're not already. Step your right foot back to meet your left. Take a float here. Exhale through your chaturanga. Inhale to cobra, up dog. Exhale, shift. Down dog. All right, we're gonna do all that on the other side. I'm just flipping around so you guys can see me. You stay where you are. Take your left leg, lift it up to the sky. Bend into your left knee, step it through. Runner's lunge. All right, once you get that left knee right over the left ankle and the right leg nice and long, remember we're going to drop down to the right knee at first. Let your right foot flatten. All right, and then peel it up into kneeling crescent. Now from your kneeling crescent, if you feel all right, drop it into cactus arms. That goes even with the shoulders. Shoulder blades pulling together, opening the chest. Maybe lean back, right? Don't straighten out your left leg. Keep your left knee nice and bent. If you're leaning back, you'll feel it in your hip flexors. Now come back up, shoulders over the hips, hands up overhead, and then we're going to dive it down to that half pyramid. So your left leg straightens, left toes flip up off the mat, drop your hands down on either side of your left leg. Fold over that left leg. Square your hips here. Draw the left hip forward. Push the right hip back. You really feel it right in your left hamstring. All right, from here, bend back into your left knee. Bring your hands on either side of your left foot. We're gonna rise up here. You tuck your right toes under, now come up off your right knee. Drop your right heel. Lead with your right hand. It reaches forward, and then rainbows around, drawing you into warrior two. Keep bend in the left knee. Keep sending that left knee to the pinky toe side of the foot, right? Don't let it cave in towards your body. That's bad when we're in these warrior poses. It's bad for your knee. Now let's come to reverse warrior. Turn your left palm up. Scoop up that left hand. Let the right hand come along your right thigh. Wrap it behind your back. The important thing here is you keep bending into that left knee. Keep reaching back with those left fingertips. Create that space. All right, now your hands cartwheel around here. You're gonna land your right hand on the inside of your left foot. Left hand up to the sky. Twist the left. Let your right heel lift if you want it to. Try to stack your shoulders, open your chest. All right, now when we rise up, we stay twisted. Heel can be up or down. I'm going to push away from that with my right hand. Left hand as I rise up, wraps behind my back. Right hand reaches up to the sky. Reach over your left shoulder. Look over your left shoulder. Spiral to the left. All right, now we're going to untwist here, right? Take both hands straight up to the sky. Square your hips towards the top of your mat. So now you're in this warrior one, right? If you have to adjust your back foot to get those hips square, sometimes it happens. Do it. Get yourself in position. We're going to add on to this next time, right? Right now, I'm just going to drop down. Hands on either side of the left foot. Turn the right toes forward. Step the right foot back to meet the left, or left foot back to meet the right. In this case, right, go through your flow. Exhale through your chaturanga. Inhale to cobra, up dog. Exhale, shift. Down dog. All right, now this time from down dog, you're going to bend your knees, look between your thumbs, bring your feet forward, your hands come to forward fold. We're going to do that chair again, and then we're going to go through the same parts of the flow that we were in, just a little bit faster this time, all right? So hands on the tops of your feet. Inhale. Ragdoll roll it all the way up. Sweep your hands up to the sky. Drop your hips back and down. And reach your hands forward, have them in heart center, right? Because we're going to open up here in a second. Just get your chair set up. Then wherever your right hand is, reach it back behind you. Reach that left hand in front of you. Open arm twist. Bring it back to your regular version of chair. Go the other way. Left hand back. Right hand forward. Bring it all back. Take a deep inhale here. And then exhale. Straighten your legs. Drop your hands to the mat. Come to forward fold. Inhale. Half lift to monkey. Exhale. Fold back down. Plant your hands. Step or float. Back to plank. Exhale. Chaturanga. Up dog or baby cobra. And down dog. Now here, as we get to down dog, like I said, we're going to go through the parts of the flow. We've already been through a little bit faster. Then we've got some stuff to add on. So take your right leg, lift it up to the sky, bend your knee, step it through, come to runner's lunge. Drop down to your left knee, find that place, bring it up, kneeling crescent. Bend your elbows, lean back, open up. Rise back up, dive it down to your half pyramids. Right leg straightens, hands drop on either side of your right leg. Take just a breath or two here, right? To feel the stretch. And then bend into your right knee. Bring your hands on either side of your right foot. Tuck your left toes under, come up off your left knee. Drop your left heel. Reach with your left hand. Draw yourself up to warrior two. Turn your right palm up to the sky. Scoop up. Come to reverse warrior. Cartwheel your hands around. Left hand to the inside of the right foot. Come into your twisted lunge. And as from our twisted lunge, we rise up. Right hand wraps around behind the back. Left hand reaches up and over the right shoulder. And that revolved reverse. Now unwind your hands, take them up to the sky. Square your hips straight towards the front of the room. All right, so now we're in this warrior one. This is where we're going to add on, all right? So you're in warrior one. Just push your right leg all the way straight. Now you're going to lean forward here. You're going to bring your chest to parallel to the ground. Get the crown of your head to point towards the top of your mat. Sweep your hands back behind you. All right, so you're in this kind of like half pyramid. Now from here, let your hands go down towards the mat. Maybe they can get to the mat. right? Maybe they land on your ankle or your shin, right? But drape your upper body now as much as you can over that right leg. Straighten out your right leg. There you go. So you're in full pyramid. Heels on the ground, both legs straight. Maybe your left leg has to step up to get the pyramid. That's okay. Right. Now from here, we're going to lift up again. We're going to come to that half lift. So you're going to peel your upper body up. Sweep your hands back behind you. Now, here's what we're going to do here. All right. You're going to step your left foot forward and sweep your hands forward. Bend your knees, send your hips back and down. You're going to step right into chair. I'm going to face forward for this part. All right, so now we're here in chair. You guys have been here before, right? Now, from our chair, your hands are reaching forward. You're going to straighten your legs and sweep your hands back behind you. You're going to lift your heels up off the mat. Right? We did this a couple weeks ago. Now, what I want here, if you can, keep up off the balls of your feet, or on the balls of your feet the whole time with your heels up off the mat. If you have to drop your heels for a second or for the whole time, it's okay. Now, sweep your hands up to the sky here. I'm going to step back here so you guys can see me. All right, there we go. Right, now you're going to bring your hands together, all except your pointer finger. Right, that's going to go up towards the sky. Now from here, you're going to start to bend your knees and drop your hips down. So you're trying to come to that candlestick pose. Maybe you can only come a quarter of the way, halfway, 3/4 of the way, whatever your body allows for. That's where you're going to go. If you can get your hips all the way to your heels, go for it. All right, so now I'm here in a full candlestick. My pointer finger's at the flame, right, up overhead. Now, however far down you made it or didn't make it, right, we're all going to drop to our glutes here and come into boat. All right. So there we go. Now, later on, we're going to stay in boat a little longer when we get to our core section. But here's what I want you to do here. Right, I'm a little bit forward. All right, you're in boat. Take your left heel, bring it to your right glute, and then come forward. Let your left knee drop down. Take your right foot, step it over your left. Right, and now we're going to twist to the right. So you're going to bring your right hand, sweep it back behind your right hip. Left hand is either going to hug around the right knee, or if it's available to you, you can hook the left elbow over the right knee. You're going to take your gaze over your right shoulder. All right, now we're going to untwist, right? This is different, so pay attention, right? You're going to untwist, your hands are going up. Now your hands are going to come all the way around, right? So they're going to the left. You're going to drop them back behind you. And then you're going to press into your hands, press into your right foot, press into your left knee. You're going to come up. You're going to end up in a forward fold at the back of your mat, or at least facing the back of the room. Right, so it's okay, right? And we're all facing the back of the mat. Take your hands to the tops of your feet. Rather roll it all the way up. Right? So you want to be at the top, the back of your mat. So that's okay. Right? This is what's going to happen here. Now we're going to step. You're going to keep your, I'm meeting with you guys. You're going to keep your left foot where it is. Take your right foot, take a big step towards the front of your mat, and then you're just going to bring your hands up to the sky. So now you're in 5-pointed star. All right, they did it. Hopefully you got it at home, right? You should be facing the left wall, long left edge of your mat, wherever you are. Hands up to the sky, everything nice and straight. Right? Turn your heels in and your toes out. Bend your knees, drop your hips, bend your elbows. Come to your bodice. Looks like this. All right, so knees track right along the ankles. Elbows are even with the shoulders. Now, press into the balls of your right foot. See if you can lift your right heel. Drop it back down. Now, press into the balls of your left foot. See if you can lift your left heel. Drop it back down. See if you can lift both heels, right? We practiced in that candlestick. If you can't, it's okay. Just take a breath. Drop them both down. And now we're going to come all the way back up through 5-pointed star. So straighten everything out. Turn both of the toes towards the left long edge of your mat for a breath. And then from there, all you're going to do, turn your right toes towards the top of the mat. Bend into your right knee. Drop your hands down on either side of your right foot. Turn those left toes forward. Step your right foot back to meet your left. Take your flow here. Exhale through chaturanga. Inhale to cobra up dog. Exhale. Down. All right, let's try all that on the left side. So you're going to take your left leg, lift it up to the sky. Bend your knees, step it through, come to runner's lunge. Now once you're in your runner's lunge, drop your right knee gently to the mat. Let your right foot flatten. We're going to rise up to kneeling crescent, just peeling the upper body up. Drop into those cactus arms. Take the back bend. Come back up, reach your arms overhead, and then go to your half pyramid. So you're going to push your left leg all the way straight, dive down, hands on the other side of the left leg, draping the upper body over the left leg. Now from here, bend back into your left knee. Bring your left knee over your left ankle, hands on the other side of your left foot, tuck your right toes under, come up off your right knee, drop your right heel, lead with your right hand, cartwheel to warrior two. Turn your left palm up to the sky, scoop up, come to your reverse warrior. From reverse warrior, we cartwheel the hands around, right hand lands on the inside of the left foot, left hand goes to the sky, so twisting to the left. We're gonna stay twisted as we rise up, right? So as you peel your upper body up, your left hand wraps around behind your back, right hand reaches up over your left shoulder. Revolved reverse. Now from our revolved reverse, this is where we bring it to our warrior one. So you're unwinding your hands, turning your torso fully towards the top of your mat, turning your hips fully towards the top of your mat. There we go. All right, now here's where we add it on, right? So you're gonna press your left leg all the way straight. Bring your chest slits parallel to the ground, with the crown of your head pointed forward. Sweep your hands back behind you. Let your hands come towards the ground. Drape your upper body over that left leg, come into pyramid. If you get a step forward with your right foot, you can, right? You're trying to get that sensation going in the left leg, so it's important to keep the left leg straight here. Now we're going to come back to that half lift, right? Peel your chest up until it's parallel to the ground. Sweep your hands back behind you. And then you're going to step that right foot forward, bend into your knees, send your hips back and down, come to chair. All right, so once we get to chair, it's the same thing we did on the other side, right? So you're in your chair, you're going to straighten your legs, lift your heels, push your palms back behind you. Stay up on the balls of your feet if you can. Sweep your hands up to the sky, interlace your fingers, all except the pointer finger. And then bend your knees, start to drop your hips, come down as low into your candlestick as you can. Once you get all the way down, then you're going to let yourself land on your glutes, reach your hands forward, come into your boat. Right? So your boat could be here, your boat could be here, your boat could be here, right? Maybe your boat's here. All good wherever you are. I'm going to move a little bit more forward so that you guys can see. Now this time as we come out of our boat, right? Now you're going to take your right heel, bring it to your left glute. Lean to the right a little bit so your right knee comes down to the ground. That left leg's still hanging out. It's going to step over the right thigh, right? So now you're here. So we're going to twist to the left. So now your left hand reaches back behind you. Right hand either wraps around your left knee or hooks over the left knee. Look over your left shoulder. As we come out of the twist, hands come up to the sky, right? They're coming all the way around, back behind you. Plant them back behind you. Press into your hands. Press into your left foot. Press into your right knee. Bring yourself up to forward fold at the back of your mat. Okay, that's okay. You're going to move yourself. It's better, right, if you end up at the very back of your mat, because that way you have room when we step into our five-pointed star. All right, so you're going to bring your hands to the tops of your feet. Just roll yourself up. Okay, so we're all facing the back of the room now. This time, you're going to keep your right foot forward. Take that step with your left foot. Step your left foot towards the top of your mat. And then your toes point towards the right wall, hands up to the sky. So we're here in five-pointed star. You should be facing the long right edge of your mat now, wherever you are. All right, so we're here. Now we turn our heels in and our toes out. When we bend into our knees, drop the hips, bend your elbows, come to cactus arms. We're going to lift the heels again. This time we're going to start with the left heel. So lift your left heel first. Drop it. Lift your right heel. Drop it. Right now, see if you can lift both heels. Drop them. And then come all the way back up through a five-pointed star. Turn both sets of toes back towards the right long edge of your mat, just for a breath while you lengthen out. Then turn your left toes to the top of your mat. Bend into your left knee. You should have your left foot forward. There you go. Now bend into your left knee. Drop your hands down on either side of your left foot. Turn your right toes forward. Step your left foot back to meet your right. Take your last flow here. Exhale through your chaturanga. Inhale to cobra up dog. Exhale. Down dog. Now from down dog, bend your knees, look between your thumbs, bring your feet forward to your hands. Come to forward fold. Toe your feet out wide to the edges of your mat. Heels in, toes out, bend your knees, drop your hips, come down into your Malasana. Just bring my block in grabbing distance. All right, so here I am in Malasana. If this feels good to you, and you can hang out here for the next minute or so, just stay right here. If you need to take a block and sit down on it, maybe that makes it better, right? If it doesn't feel good with or without a block, you don't have a block, you can always drop down to bound ankle, right? So they're all good options. I want you to feel, I want you to find what feels good to you where you can hang out for these next few minutes, right? Be calm, let your eyes close, let your focus come back to your breath. You don't have to control your breath here, or you want to make sure you have that control, right? Maybe you lost it while we were flowing. This is your chance to get it back. Maybe you lost that focus on your breath. This is your chance to get it back. Slow your breaths again. Deepen them again. Lengthen them again. Get back into that breathing pattern. All right, now from here, we're all going to come down to our glutes, right? We're going to come into that hook line position. All right, now what you're going to do here, you're going to hug around your legs, right? Tuck your chin to your chest. Drive your forehead towards your knees. So you're curled up into a little ball. Now your challenge here, see if you can rock back just a little bit so that you're still that little ball, but your heels come off the mat. You do it like this. You got to find that balance. If you go too far back, if you give yourself too much momentum lifting your feet, you're going to roll onto your back. If you don't give yourself enough, you can't get the feet off the ground. All right, now keep hugging around your right knee. Take your left leg. Let it extend long. Your left heel is just hovering the mat. There we go. All right, now pull that left leg back in. Let your right knee go long while you hug around, or right leg go long while you hug around that left knee. Bring that right knee back in, so you've got your back in that little ball position. Now from here, you're going to release your hands, take them forward, right, and then just let both legs go straight. You might have to come high, right? That's what I'm doing. Maybe you can go lower, but you're trying to keep your chest up. One more breath here. Now, let yourself come all the way forward so both heels land on the ground. Take your hands up to the sky. Turn your palms towards the front of the room, and then fold over your legs. Coming into this forward fold. You can rock from side to side a little bit. Right, get those sit bones on the mat. Maybe your hands landed on your feet. Maybe they're on your ankle, your shin, your knee. Wherever you made that connection, it's good. Right, I'm gonna turn sideways here so you can see. You want your back to stay nice and flat. Right, I'm not trying to dive my forehead down to my knees. I'm just trying to bring my chest as far forward as I can. It might mean that my hands will go here. Maybe you look more like this, that's okay. I want you to feel it in your hamstrings, not in your low back, right? Because we're trying to stretch out the hamstrings. We don't want the back trying to take on that work. If you do feel it in your low back, you maybe need to lift your chest a little bit. Maybe you need to bend your knees a little bit. Take that out of the low back, right? Pay attention to your body. Listen to what it's telling you. All right, so 2 more breaths here, wherever you are. Now we're going to come up. Now you're going to keep your legs right where they are. Just peel that upper body up so you're sitting up tall and your hands are reaching forward. Right, now we're going to try to lay all the way on our back, just like this, just keeping your heels on the ground, keeping your legs nice and straight, and just start to round yourself down until you're laying all the way on your back. I'm coming a little bit forward here so I don't go completely off camera. There we go. All right, now once you're laying on your back, now you're going to bend into your knees and bring your feet flat to the ground. All right, pick your right foot up. Put your right ankle on top of your left knee. Let it fall open so you're doing that figure 4. We're going to come into an eye of the needle here. So you're going to pick that left foot up. Start to bring the left thigh towards you. Your right hand can go to the inside of your left thigh. Left hand goes to the outside of the left thigh. So you're interlacing your hands around that left thigh and pulling that left leg closer to you. If you want to kick your left leg straight up to the sky, you can. If you want to keep it bent, you can. Maybe you're somewhere in between. It's all good. Right, think of your left leg like your lever, right? You can pull it harder, right, to get more sensation in that right hip, right? Or you can push it back to get less sensation in the right hip. It just depends on what your body's feeling today. I want you to be at that place where it's uncomfortable. You don't want to stay here all morning. But it's not so uncomfortable that you literally can't stay, right? That's what you use your lever for, all right? Take 3 more breaths just right here. And then you're gonna release your hands. They're both gonna go out to a T, right? So I know you can't see my right arm, but it's in the same position as my left, right? Fingertips coming straight out of the shoulder blade. Now you're gonna use your right foot. Guide that left knee over to the right side of your body, right? So it's a little twist here. My left foot comes down, my right foot's pulling down. So you get more sensation in the hips through the back when you do it like this. Now you can always take this right foot and slide it underneath your left knee. So you're here, it's more like that supine twist that we'll do at the end. If that's what you need, it's okay, right? You can keep it on top, keep it on top. We're just gonna stay here for 3 more breaths. And then you're gonna use that left knee, pull it back up. So as you come back, your left foot's back on the ground, you're still in that figure 4 with your right leg. Now you're gonna take your right leg, set your right foot on the ground next to the left, and we're gonna do that on the other side. So you're gonna lift up your left foot, put your left ankle on top of your right knee, make that figure 4, and then from there, pick up your right foot. So just draw that right thigh in towards your chest. Here you're gonna take your left hand to the inside of your right leg, right hand to the outside of your right leg, so you can interlace your hands behind the right thigh and keep pulling it in. And you can always kick that right leg up to the sky. You can drop that right heel all the way to the right glute and wrap your hands around your right shin if you want. That's an option. And just find where it feels good to you. You're feeling that edge, that sensation. So take a couple more breaths here. Release around your right leg. Let your right foot float back down to the mat. Right, and now we're going to take that twist again. This time, the left foot is going to pull those knees over to the left. Your arms are going out to a T. Both legs are falling to the left. Right, so I've got my left foot on top of my right knee. And again, if it's totally uncomfortable to you, take that left foot and tuck it underneath your right knee. Otherwise, you're getting a little extra sensation here. You should be looking over your right shoulder. I know I'm not because I'm looking towards the camera. That's what you should be doing, looking over your right shoulder. And take 3 breaths here. Right, now pull your knees back up to center, let your right foot come back onto the ground, and then take that left foot, set it down, right? So now you're just here in this T position. You can toggle your feet out wide here, the edges of your mat, leave your arms in this T. Just windshield wipe a couple times here, let your knees fall to the right, bring them back to center, take them to the left. And just do that a couple times. Finish off here with our stretches. Should feel good. All right, now from here, you're gonna bring both feet back flat to the ground. Walk them to hip width distance apart and walk your heels as close to your glutes as you can get them. You're gonna sweep your hands to your sides, palms face down. Press into all 4 corners of both feet. Lift your hips up off the mat. If you want to take your block and slide it under your hips, make it a supported bridge. That's an option. It looks like this, right? I'm just moving my hands so you can see the block under my hips, right? If you want to keep your hips up on your own, an unsupported bridge, that's great too. If you're in an unsupported bridge, you got to engage your quads, your glutes, your hamstrings. Use that strength in your legs to push the hips up. If you're taking that supported bridge, you're using the leverage of the block to push your hips up. We've all got our shoulders tucked, at least slightly. If you want to make this really deep in an unsupported bridge, you can work one entire shoulder and the other underneath your body. Clasp your hands underneath your body. Pushes your hips a little higher. Just an option, you don't have to do it. All right, take 3 more breaths here. And then gently start to let your hips float back down to the mat. Right, as you get your hips all the way back down, mat here, right? If you have a block under your hips and you want to keep it there for waterfall, you can. Otherwise, if you don't have a block under your hips, you're just going to take your feet straight up to the sky. We're all going to take our feet straight up to the sky so that we're here in waterfall. Now this is a regular waterfall, right? I've got my feet flexed, like my heels are going to touch the ceiling. Right? All the blood's going from my feet where it pools all day, back to the head and the heart where I need it more. So it's good, right? If you have the block under your hips, just makes it a little bit more intense because you've elevated your hips slightly. If you want to be there, you can, right? If you want to take it to full shoulder stand, you can. That's where you lift your hips up on your own and put your hands in the small of your back. So you're supporting yourself on your shoulders and your forearms. Again, just an option. If you like it, you should go there, right? But if you just want to stay in waterfall the whole time right here, you absolutely can. In addition to that increased circulation now, we're also naturally lowering our blood pressure, getting those anti-aging, anti-stress hormones to flood the body. We'll be setting our circadian rhythm. All good things happen when we get a little bit upside down. Right, when you're ready to come out of it, you're just going to bend your knees, whatever version you're in, right? Bend your knees, let them scrape along your face and body, and drop those feet back down to the mat. All right, once our feet are back down to the mat, now we're going to come to happy baby. So your feet are going to come up to the sky again. This time you're going to separate your feet, maybe slightly, maybe a lot, that's up to you. Bend your knees, maybe slightly, maybe a lot, that's up to you. Reach up for your same foot with your same hand. Roll forward. Feel that sacrum, the low part of your back, press against the mat, right? So that's why we roll forward a little bit. Once you feel that, then you can start to rock from side to side. Giving yourself a little smile massage. It should feel good to do the rock. If it doesn't, don't do it. Right? To make it more, you can bend your knees more. You can bring them in more. You can straighten your legs, widen your legs. Just find somewhere where this feels really delicious to you. Hang out there for another couple breaths. Now from here, everybody's going to take their knees and go into the chest. We're going to do our final twist here, right? So we did a twist earlier. This is very similar. You take your arms out to the T. Right? This time, you keep your knees just stacked up on top of each other, and you're going to drop both of them over to the right. So your left knee just stacks right on top of the right. You can use your right hand and press onto the knees, to make it a little deeper, pressing those knees closer to the earth. If you have enough space, maybe you extend your legs, straighten them out, so that your right toes go towards your, or both sets of toes go towards your right fingertips. Okay. You can also just stay where you are. The important thing here is that you keep the left shoulder anchored. That's what's giving you the twist. Now, on your next inhale, you're going to bring those knees back to center, and now we're going to drop the knees over to the left as we look to the right. Here, you take your left hand, press the knees closer to the earth. Maybe you extend the toes towards the left fingertips. Maybe you just stay where you are. Keep that right shoulder anchored, keep gazing over your right shoulder. We always finish off with this twist, just to seal up our practice. Let our bodies remember everything that happened today. Next time we come practice, it's easier. Go deeper. All right, as you inhale next, pull the knees back up to center. Give them one final hug into your chest. And let's set up for our final pose here, our Shavasana. Let your legs go out long. Take your hands to your sides. That's your traditional Shavasana, flat on your back. But if it's not comfortable, you don't need to stay here. You can always bend your knees, let them fall in against each other. That takes pressure off your low back. You can butterfly your legs, bring the soles of your feet together, or you can roll to your belly or roll to your side. Just find somewhere to be where you're perfectly comfortable, where you're going to be able to stay perfectly still. Most importantly, where your mind is going to be able to go perfectly quiet. I'm going to come around for the people in the studio with a little spray for your towel. Use the sandalwood citrus today. The sandalwood helps you to relax. The citrus keeps you energized. So it's great for our Shavasana. a towel, right, put the towel over your eyes. If you don't, right, then just close your eyes. Withdraw from your senses. Allow yourself to release control of your breath. I want to get to a place here where there's nothing left in your mind but you and your breath. Whenever you get there, that's your true quiet of the mind. Now slowly start to come back into the room. Wiggle your fingers, your toes, feeling that increased sensation that comes with a quiet mind. If you want to here, you can take your arms overhead, do a nice full deep body stretch. And then from there, we're going to roll over onto the right side in a fetal position. Take a couple breaths here. Just let the sights and the sounds of the room come back to you. Let yourself reacclimate. Take as long as you need. When you're ready, only when you're ready, push yourself up to seated, and we will close here. All right, so let's close with our two Bhamari breaths and then an Om. The Bhamari breath, we inhale as we exhale. Make that little humming sound in the back of the throat. The Om is the universal syllable. It uses all parts of the throat. You can join me in these breaths, or you can just listen. But let's close our eyes together. Let's close our eyes here, and we'll inhale together. Inhaling again. And then we'll inhale one final time and Om. Let your eyes drift open. Bring your hands to heart center. Thank you, all of you, for sharing your energy, your practice with me this morning. The light in me honors the light in each of you. Namaste. All right, I will see you all tomorrow morning for some gentle, so come join me then. I hope you all have a great rest of your weekend.